Okay, so interval estimation is basically based on the concept of population and sample under a study, and we discuss the topics, the terms population and sample. Can anyone give me an example of population and sample? Any example? What is a population under a study? What is a sample under a study?
ম্যাম কোনো ডাটার যদি হোলটা নিই তাহলে সেটা পপুলেশন, আর ওটা থেকে যদি কিছু জিনিস নিই সেটা স্যাম্পল।
Exactly. If suppose we want to know the um, average age of the students of IUB, then if I take all the students, if I take the data from all students of IUB, that will become the population because we are considering all possible units. And if I take a representative part, okay, a representative part of that population, that becomes our sample. Okay, that means out of all the students, suppose I will select any 10, any 15, any 100 students randomly. Okay, that becomes our population. So after taking the population, actually we always work with the sample because sample is lower in number, comparatively lower in number than population, so it's easier to work with it, less time consuming, less cost and everything. এই সুবিধাগুলোর জন্য we try to work with sample and we try to infer our population from it. That means suppose there are 10,000 students in IOB and I'm taking a sample of only 100, and from those 100 students I got that the average age is 23 years, suppose. Then when I have to interpret the data, I never say that the mean age of this 100 student is 23 years. When I interpret the data, I say that the average age of the students of IUB is 23 years. That means using the sample we try to infer our population. This type of statistic, it is known as inferential statistic. Inferential statistics because তুমি sample দিয়ে population কে infer করছো, so inferential statistics. So when you have population data and sample data, and suppose you're working with population, suppose, and if you calculate the mean, the variance and the standard deviation, if they come from the population, they are known as parameters. এটা যদি হোল পপুলেশন থেকে ক্যালকুলেট করা হয় এদেরকে বলা হয় পপুলেশন। বাট ইফ দিস mean, variance and standard deviation are based on the sample, suppose you have taken 100 sample and from this 100 data you found out the mean, variance and standard deviation, if it comes from sample it is known as point estimate. So if you see that the terms are parameters, you'll know that okay, it was collected from the whole population. But if you see the term point estimate, that means it came from the sample. And the parameters that come from population, they are known as true mean, true variance, true standard deviation, because they are the actual data findings from our corresponding data. And the true mean is denoted by mu, true variance is sigma square, true standard deviation is sigma, and mean is x bar if x is a random variable, variance is s square, and standard deviation is small s. এই নোটেশন গুলো খেয়াল করবে বিকজ এগুলোর উপর বেস করে ম্যাথ করতে হয়, ঠিক আছে? So sample mean is actually, this is the sample mean is the point estimate of x bar. Using this point estimate, we try to find out the value of true mean, try to estimate the true mean. Sample variance is the point estimate of true variance. Using the sample variance, we try to estimate our true variance, and same for standard deviation. Okay, so if you're finding statistical measures, they come from the population, they are known as the parameters, and if they come from sample, they are known as point estimates. And then in our syllabus, we have three different statistical measures: mean, variance, and standard deviation. So far, any question? Okay. Next is point estimate and interval estimate. আমাদের আজকের টপিক হচ্ছে interval estimate. Point estimate is the sample mean, the sample variance, the sample standard deviation. Suppose we have any data and we have calculated, okay, the average age, এটা calculate করছি, and the average age came 23, the variance came 2.9, and the standard deviation came 0.7, suppose. Now, in point estimate, we have the estimates in one single point only. That means the sample mean is 23, the variance is 2.9. So one single point only, since the data is represented through only one single data value, that's why it's known as point estimate. এই যেটা যদি আমার ফুল ডেটাটা থাকে, suppose x bar is 23, so this is the point estimate. An interval estimate is here, suppose for mean, you will get an interval. Suppose it says that the population mean is between 21 to 24 years. Instead of a point, you will get a range, and since it's range and it's continuous in nature, it has infinite possibilities. Infinite possible values are in here. Okay. So the advantage with of working with interval estimate is that we always try to estimate our population mean. Now the problem with sample mean is that you are giving only one value, so it's highly likely that this point estimate will be wrong. Wrong as in it will be close to mu, okay, so but it won't be exactly equal to mu. Suppose mu was 24.9, suppose 24.9 না দিয়ে আমরা দিলাম 22.9, suppose. So we can see there is a difference between x bar and mu, and it's very close, still there is a difference. Again, it could be very far, suppose 21.3, অনেক দূরে চলে যাচ্ছে এস্টিমেটটা, ঠিক আছে? So that's the problem with point estimate. Most of the time it will not show you the exact population value or population mean or population variance. That's why it's better to work with interval estimates, because now you have infinite possibilities and it might contain the population mean, and it's more likely that it will contain the population mean. আমাদের কাজই হচ্ছে স্যাম্পল দিয়ে population meanটা খুঁজে বের করা. So instead of point estimate, interval estimates are more likely to get the value of population mean. So far, any question? Okay, great. So these interval estimates, they are actually known as confidence intervals. Okay, confidence intervals. So to find out these confidence intervals, the first thing we need is confidence level. Confidence level is the proportion of data So using the confidence level, you will generate an interval, and confidence level gives you the proportional probability that the data belong to that interval. That means mu belong to the interval. If you have an interval, it will have a lower limit and upper limit. Obviously, এটা তোমাদের math এটাই যে lower limit and upper limit টা খুঁজে বের করতে হবে. Confidence level is most commonly used confidence levels are 90%, 95%, and 99%. So if I'm 95, I'm saying that the confidence level is 95%. It means that if you take 100 data, 95% times, or sorry, out of 100, 95 times mu will be in this range. Muটা যদি রেঞ্জটা যদি 21 থেকে 25 হয়, if you take 100 data, 95 times it will be in the range, and the remaining 5 times it will be out of the range. কখনো 25 থেকে বেশি হবে, কখনো 21 থেকে ছোট হয়ে যাবে। Since you are working with data, there is always room for error. 5% এখানে এররটা হচ্ছে 5%. If you impose 99% confidence level, it means if you take 100 data, 99 times mu will be in this range, and only one time it will be out of this range. That is called confidence level. This is the proportion of data or proportion of mu that will belong to the interval. বোঝা যাচ্ছে?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. The complement of confidence interval, confidence level is level of significance. Level of significance is actually the proportion of error. Level of significance, and it is denoted by alpha. So as I was saying that 95% means 95 times mu will be in the interval, and 5 times it will be the out of interval. So this is actually the error. So 5 is the alpha, level of significance. This is the level of error. Okay. So confidence level plus alpha is always 100%. In the question, you will be provided the value of confidence level. From there, you will find alpha, and then you will do the subsequent calculations. So if it's a 90% confidence level, what will be the value of alpha?
Ten, ma'am.
10%.
10%. Yeah, because if it's 90%, if we substitute it, alpha becomes 10%. Okay. So we have to find now, using this confidence level and level of significance, we have to find confidence intervals of mu. That means we will try to estimate the population mean and variance or standard deviation. এই যে একটু আগে আমি বলেছিলাম এই চ্যাপ্টার থেকে দুটো কোয়েশ্চেন হবে। One question will be from mu, mean, another question will be from variance. Okay, দুটো থেকে দুটো কোয়েশ্চেন হবে। Okay, so suppose we have a population of 500 units, and then we took a sample, first sample of 10 units. Then again I'm doing random sampling, and in our second sample again I'm taking 10. Then in the third row, in the third sampling, again I took 10. Now for all these sample, first sample, second sample, third sample, x bar or this sample mean, will they be equal? স্যাম্পল মিনটা প্রত্যেকটা স্যাম্পলের জন্য কি সেম হবে না ডিফারেন্ট হবে?
সেম হবে না,
সেম হতে পারে, সেম হতে পারে, but that's again highly unlikely because we are taking random sample. I've said random sample, right? So random sample means you will take any 10 samples randomly. So suppose the first sample came that was 10, 15, 19, 35 এরকম করে, then you will get a mean of it. Then again a random sampling that will come from this 500. Since it's random sampling, obviously মানে এটাই নর্মাল যে এগুলো চেঞ্জ হবে। ফিক্সড হয়ে গেলে that's not random sampling. So for the second sample, suppose it will be 15, 13, 20 এরকম করে চেঞ্জ হবে। Third one will be like same, suppose 21, 25, 9, 8. এখন These are called random samples. Now you tell me, this sample means, will they be equal or not?
Not equal.
Not equal, exactly. So if you're taking random sample and then you're calculating the point estimates, you will see that the values will change from sample to sample. That's why x bar 1, 2 and 3, and subsequently the variances will be also different from each other. Okay, so since the sample estimates they are different from each other, they behave like a random variable. If you remember, random variable was 0, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so এগুলো কিছু fixed value follow করে, but in different experiments they get different values of x. And then we had probability distribution because they vary from sample to sample, or they vary from experiment to experiment. Since they vary, there is a probability distribution. And here, since the point estimates they vary from sample to sample, they follow a sampling distribution. Random variables, they follow probability distribution because ওরা চেঞ্জ হতে থাকে, and point estimates follow sampling distribution. This is also different probability distributions, but they are for samples only. Okay, so এই sampling distribution গুলো দিয়ে আমরা actually confidence interval টা estimate করব. Question? Okay, তোমরা কি বুঝতে পারছো না বুঝতে পারছো না?
ম্যাম পারছি, বাট হচ্ছে নিউ কনসেপ্ট তো একটু
Yeah, yeah, I get that. হ্যাঁ, এই চ্যাপ্টারটা একদমই নিউ. Okay. Um, Next is the formula of confidence interval. As I'm saying, we will formulate an interval for mean, we will formulate an interval for variance. So there is a formula of confidence interval for mean. It's point estimate, point estimate plus minus margin of error. Point estimate plus minus margin of error. So the point estimate is x bar. It is actually based on the sample that we will select. And margin of error, this is actually the difference between the parameter or mu and thus point estimate x bar. Margin of error is actually the level of error that we will tolerate in our data, in our finding. Okay, so if you increase the sample size, margin of error, it will decrease because it is the difference between mu and x bar. That means margin of error is the difference between sample and population. So if you increase the sample size more and more, the sample will behave as a population. Population এর মতো হতে থাকবে because they are increasing the sample size. And if you increase the sample size, with that margin of error, it will decrease since it's the difference between mu and x bar. And if you decrease the sample size, margin of error, the error will increase because then the difference between mu and x bar will increase, and hence the margin of error will increase. Okay, so this is the formula of confidence interval point estimate plus minus margin of error. So we have two types of confidence interval. First is confidence interval for mean, and for mean we have two cases. If the sample size is greater or equal to 30, we will use z distribution, that means normal distribution, to calculate our confidence interval. and if the sample size is less than 30, we will use t distribution to calculate the confidence interval. Z distribution we have already discussed, that's actually standard normal distribution. What is t distribution? We will discuss it later when we will do the math. Another confidence interval will be for variance or standard deviation, and in here you have only one sampling distribution, which is chi-square distribution. This is pronounced as chi-square distribution. Okay, so based on the question, is it a confidence interval for mean or variance? You're gonna have to select the corresponding distribution and then calculate the interval. Okay, so now we will start the maths from this chapter. Before that, just go through the concept again and ask if you have any question. Meanwhile, I will take the attendance. Okay, so do you have any question? Do you have the table with you? The statistical table এগুলো আছে সবার কাছে?
Yes, miss.
Okay. Okay, so the first questions are for confidence interval for population mean. That means this one. First, we will start with this topic. আজকে আমরা এখান থেকে ম্যাথ করব, and first we will start with z distribution. So the first question is the average zinc concentration recovered from a sample of measurements taken in 36 different locations in a river is found to be 2.6 grams per milliliter. Assume that the population standard deviation is 0.3 gram per milliliter. So here we have a sample to calculate the average zinc concentration, and the data was taken from 36 different locations. So here the sample size is 36, and then it was found that the mean zinc concentration was 2.6 grams, and it's a sample mean because it came from a sample of 36 units. And এটা directly দেওয়া আছে the population standard deviation, that means sigma is 0.3 grams per milliliter. Now find the 95% and 99% confidence interval for the mean zinc concentration in the river. আচ্ছা, যেটা আমি করেছি আমি ফর্মুলাটা দিতে ভুলে গেছি, আমরা ফর্মুলাটা লিখি. The formula is confidence interval for So the first case will be to find out the confidence interval for population mean when the sample size is greater or equal to 30. If the sample size is if the sample size is greater or equal to 30, which distribution do we use? একটু আগে একটা চার্ট লিখেছি, সবাই চার্টে গিয়ে দেখো. If the sample size is greater or equal to 30, which distribution?
Z distribution.
Exactly, the uh, standard normal distribution. If n is greater or equal to 30, we will use the z distribution. So the formula of confidence interval is x bar plus minus z at alpha by 2 sigma by root over of n. This is the formula of the interval. So the sample mean, the population standard deviation, and the sample size. This will be given in the question. Only you will have to find out the value z at alpha by 2 from the z distribution table. First you just write down the notations, then I will explain the z value. Okay, so z alpha by 2 is the z value at upper alpha by 2 area. Now suppose we have a confidence level. Okay, so suppose we have a confidence level of 90%. So what will be the value of alpha?
10%.
10%, or we can also write as 0.10. Then we need the value z at alpha by 2. So next will be, we will find out alpha by 2 কত হবে? 0.10 divided by 2.
0.05.
So this is the alpha by 2 is actually z at 0.05. So if you go back to the notation, this is the z value at upper alpha by 2 area. That means we have to find out the z value for which the corresponding upper area is alpha by 2. In this case, it's 0.05. So if we draw the normal distribution curve over here, the upper area is 0.05. And for this we will have to find the z value. এই z ভ্যালুটা আমি খুঁজে বের করব. Now from normal distribution table we know it's a cumulative probability table, so the probabilities are given for left sided area only. So first I will find out the left sided area. It will be 0.95. So now our task is to find out the value of z when probability is 0.95. Find it out. Our probability is 0.95. So what will be the value of z? Anyone? What is the value of z here?
1.65.
1.65. আচ্ছা তোমরা কি বুঝতে পারছো না নাকি রেসপন্স করছো না? বুঝে রেসপন্স করছো না? আদনান, ফায়াদ, কাজী, খালিদ, কি বোঝা যাচ্ছে?
Yes, miss.
জি ম্যাম।
হ্যাঁ আচ্ছা। আর ফাইনাল এক্সাম খুব সামনে, হ্যাঁ, তো আমার মনে হয় একটু সাথে সাথে করে ফেলো, এই চ্যাপ্টারটা কিন্তু খুব ইজি। সো দুই একটা ম্যাথ বুঝে করলেই পেরে যাবে, আর বেশি প্র্যাকটিসও করতে হয় না এটা। So probability is 0.95. The values inside this table, these are actually probability, and এগুলো হচ্ছে আমাদের z value, right? এই যেগুলো। Okay,
মিস
so yes, Ritik, হ্যাঁ।
এই যে এই ক্ষেত্রে আমরা কি লাইক এই যে কি জানি 0.949 একটা নাম্বার আছে আর 0.5 আমরা কোনটা প্রেফার করব?
Both are correct. 1.64 and 1.65. Both are correct. Because if you round it up, it will be 0.95, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Okay, so I want to select this one, but this one is also correct. So if I say take this one 0.95, so the corresponding z value is 1.65. So the value here is 1.65. Now when you are solving the question in exam, you don't need to show this calculation. Question এটা দেওয়া থাকবে that it's a 90% confidence level. In the formula you will directly plug in the value 1.65. Okay, কিন্তু আমি জাস্ট এটা বুঝিয়ে দিচ্ছি because confidence level can be from 0% to 100%. So দুই তিনটা আমরা মুখস্থ করে ফেলি because these are very common, but if it's an unknown confidence level, in that case you're gonna have to find it out. Suppose for 95%, alpha is 5%, which is 0.05, and if I divide it by 2, it will be 0.025. So right sided area is 0.025 and this one is 0.975. I want to find out this Z value, and from the table 0.975 হচ্ছে 1.96 এই যে 0.975, so the Z value will be 1.96. এখন তোমরা একটা বের করবে and tell me the Z value when confidence level is 99%. Yes, thank you, Saganti. It's 2.58. 1% means 0.01. So এটাকে এবার আমি যদি করি 0.005. So 1 minus করলে this will be 0.995. So for 0.995, 2.58, এই যে 0.995. So the Z value will be 2.58. So এই তিনটা আমি কেন করাচ্ছি, এই তিনটা খুব commonly used confidence level. 90% for that the Z value comes 1.65. For 95% this comes 1.96, and for 99% it's 2.58. হ্যাঁ ফায়াদ বলো।
মিস টেবিলটা কিভাবে পড়লেন আবার বলবেন?
ইয়েস, হ্যাঁ এই পর্যন্ত বুঝেছো কিভাবে 0.995 হয়?
এটা হচ্ছে না 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 আমি আলফা বাই 2 পর্যন্ত পড়ছি।
Okay, good. That's also fine. 0.005. So এই যে এখানে যে প্রবাবিলিটিটা এসেছে, this is the probability on right side always. এই যে তুমি যদি নোটেশনে যাও upper area, so this is always the right sided area whatever the value comes with. So it's 0.005. So our table, the normal distribution table, is a cumulative probability table. You can see the value represents area to the left of the Z score. So এখানে যত ভ্যালু আছে ওরা সব লেফট সাইডটাকে শো করে, ঠিক আছে? That's why we want to find out at first the area on left side. So total probability কত বলো তো ফায়াদ?
1
Exactly. So 1 minus this, so that's 0.995. This is the probability of this area. Now when the probability is 0.995, I want to find out this Z value. So I will go back to the table. যখন আমার কাছে probability দেওয়া থাকবে তখন আমি এইখান থেকে খুঁজে বের করব, এই যে inside the table. So this is 0.995. Can you see it?
yes ma'am.
Yeah. So the corresponding Z value is 2.58. Okay?
আচ্ছা আচ্ছা আচ্ছা
হুম
ওকে ম্যাম থ্যাংক ইউ।
ওকে ওয়েলকাম। অ্যান্ড যেটা বললাম যে এই তিনটা হচ্ছে খুব কমন, সো এটাই বেশি পাওয়া যায় ম্যাথসে। যদি হয় তাহলে তো করে দেখার দরকার নেই, ডিরেক্টলি মেমোরাইজ করে ইউজ করবে। অ্যান্ড যদি একটু ডিফারেন্ট হয়, যেমন একটা ম্যাথ আছে দ্যাটস 92%, ফর দিস টাইপ অফ কোয়েশ্চেন্স when it's a little bit unknown confidence level, you will have to use the table and you will have to find it out like this. So it's a good idea to know it. হ্যাঁ, এটা আবার সবাই মনে রাখার চেষ্টা করবে। So this confidence interval formula was a two-sided area, or sorry, two-sided bound, because if you subtract the value, you will get a lower limit, and if you add the value, you'll get an upper limit. So এটা কেমন হয় এই এরিয়াটা? After you find it out, this will be your lower limit and this is the
মিস
upper limit. হ্যাঁ শিখা বলো।
আমি ওই যে জি এর মান বের করতে যে একটা গ্রাফ করলেন, ওটাকে আমাদের ম্যান্ডেটরি দিতে হবে নাকি শুধু জি এর মান কেমনে বের করছে
না না, জাস্ট ভ্যালুটা দিবে, শো করতে হবে না কিভাবে করতে হয়, only the value of c. Okay, so suppose we are doing 95% probability confidence level যে কোনো ম্যাথের জন্য, and you get a lower and upper limit. So this area represents the 95% interval. আর রিমেইনিং যে 5% আছে এটা হচ্ছে দুই সাইডে ডিভাইড হয়ে যায়, বিকজ দিস ইজ দ্য প্রবাবিলিটি দ্যাট মিউ অর দ্য এস্টিমেট উইল নট বি ইন দ্য রেঞ্জ। ইফ ইটস আ 90% ইন্টারভাল, এই এরিয়াটা কত হবে? If I'm saying it's a
0.05
কেন, it's a 90% interval, so this interval will be 90%.
ম্যাম
And
5
হবে এগুলো 5 হবে,
5
and this will be 5% and 5%, so together it's 100%. Okay, that is called a two-sided bound. এটা হচ্ছে two-sided interval, and there is also one-sided interval.
মিস
If
আমি
one
100 দিয়ে মানে ডিভাইডেড করছিলাম, এজন্য বলছি 0.0।
I was asking the area of the middle part only. তোমরা এটা বলছিলে, আমি এই এরিয়াটা আস্ক করেছি। ঠিক আছে, হ্যাঁ ওকে আচ্ছা, যেটা হচ্ছে ওকে ওয়ান সাইডেড ইন্টারভাল ফর পপুলেশন মিন, one sided interval means any one of a side will be bounded and the another side will be open. Suppose this is one sided interval, you will have an upper limit, so ekhane eta closed, but here it's negative infinity, so it's open in that case. Or you will have a lower limit, so there will be a bound on lower side, but the upper side that's open, পজিটিভ ইনফিনিটি। এগুলোকে বলে হচ্ছে ওয়ান সাইডেড ইন্টারভাল, একটা সাইড ওপেন থাকবে, একটা সাইড বাউন্ড হবে। ফর ওয়ান সাইডেড ইন্টারভাল দেয়ার ইজ অ্যান আপার বাউন্ড, আপার বাউন্ড ইজ নোন অ্যাজ মাইনাস ইনফিনিটি টু আপার লিমিট, এই যে আপার সাইডটা ক্লোজ করে দিয়েছে, অ্যান্ড দ্য ফর্মুলা ফর দ্যাট ইজ এক্স বার প্লাস জি আলফা sigma by root over of n. And if you look carefully, you can see z at alpha by 2 has become alpha in one-sided interval. Because it's one-sided, so একটা upper limit আছে and the whole thing is our interval. So there is only one-sided alpha or error. এজন্য খেয়াল করবে যখন ফর্মুলা ইউজ করবে, when it is alpha and when it is alpha by 2. For both-sided or two-sided interval, it's alpha by 2. For one-sided interval, it's alpha. The formula are clearly given, all the formula they are clearly given in the course guide. You can also follow that. এই চ্যাপ্টারে টোটাল তিনটা ডিস্ট্রিবিউশনে 9টা ফর্মুলা থাকবে। এক্সামে বসার সময় এই 9টা ফর্মুলা একটা পেপারে সুন্দর করে পরিষ্কার করে লিখে নিয়ে দেন বসবে। মানে ক্লু থেকে ফর্মুলাতে আনতে আনতে অনেকে ভুল করে ফেলে, ঠিক আছে? আচ্ছা, সো ফর্মুলা শেষ, এবার আমরা ম্যাথ করতে পারি। So the question is the previous one. যেটা আমি start করেছিলাম. The average zinc concentration recovered from a sample of measurements taken in 36 different locations. So the value of sample was 36 in a river, and the mean zinc concentration was found to be 2.6 grams, and the population standard deviation came 0.3. The first question is find the 95 and 99% confidence interval for mean zinc concentration in the river. Now, whenever you have to find the confidence interval for mean, you have two possibilities. If n is greater or equal to 30 z, if sample size is less than 30, then it's a t distribution. So এখন তো ক্লাসরুমে এটা easy because we have only done z, so we know that it's z. But when you are in the exam hall and have to find out the confidence interval for mean, at first look at the sample size. Always check the sample size and then take the corresponding distribution. So in this case, since n is greater than 30, we will use z distribution. And the first question is find the 95% confidence interval. So the formula of confidence interval is x bar plus minus z alpha by 2 sigma by root over of n. So the mean is 2.6. Now can anyone tell me for 95% what is the z value?
1.96.
এই যে টেবিলটাতে আমরা একটু আগে করেছি, if it's 95%, the z value is 1.96. So I will just directly plug in the value. You don't need to show any calculation. So at 95% confidence level, this is the range for population mean mu. Any question, anyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay, if you don't have any question, try to find out the 99% confidence interval. The formula is this one again, x bar plus minus z alpha blah blah blah. But can anyone tell me what should we change if it's a 99% confidence interval?
Z.
Yes, the z value will change based on the confidence interval. Now if it's 99% confidence interval, what is the z value?
2.58.
2.58. So বাকি সব value গুলো same, only replace the value of z and find out the interval. আচ্ছা, ক্লাসে এমন কেউ আছে যে মিড টার্ম অর কুইজ অর এনি অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট কিছু মিস করেছে?
জি মিস, আমি ফার্স্ট অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটা মিস করেছিলাম।
ফার্স্ট অ্যাসাইনমেন্ট? ওকে।
জি মিস।
অ্যাসাইনমেন্টটা সাবমিট করতে পারবে নেক্সট থার্সডে আগে?
জি মিস, পারবো আই গেস।
You guess?
জি মিস, পারবো।
Okay, then try to submit it, yeah, থার্সডে আগে, আই মিন লাস্ট ক্লাসের আগে এগুলো কমপ্লিট করে আমাকে দিয়ে দিবে, ঠিক আছে? বাট ইমেল করতে হবে, মেইল করবে।
আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে। আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে।
জি।
মিস আমি নেট ইস্যুসের জন্য লাস্ট কুইজটা মিস করেছি।
তোমাকে আমি ক্যামেরা অন করতে বললাম, তারপর তোমাকে আমি আর দেখলাম না। তুমি
জি
ছিলে
মিস আমার
কতক্ষণ
নেট
ক্লাসে?
মিস নেট প্রবলেম করতেছিল আমার। আমি কিছু শুনতেছিলাম না।
ওকে, দেন নেক্সট তো রিগ্রেশনের এক্সাম ওয়েডনেসডেতে অ্যান্ড থার্সডেতে আমি বলেছিলাম একটা এক্সট্রা কুইজ দিয়ে নিব। এক্সট্রা কুইজটা কিন্তু এই যে আজকের ক্লাসে যা পড়াচ্ছে এগুলোর উপরে হবে। সিট ফর দি এক্সট্রা কুইজ, ওকে? সো এই
জি
এক্সট্রা
মিস, জি
কুইজ
মিস।
দিয়ে মার্কস এই হয়ে যাবে।
ওকে মিস, থ্যাংক ইউ।
Welcome. আচ্ছা, 99% ইন্টারভাল কত হয়েছে?
2.471
হুম,
লোয়ার লিমিট আর আপার লিমিট হচ্ছে যে 2.729।
exactly. So if it's a 99% confidence interval, only the z value will change, and for 99% it's 2.58. Do the calculations and it's 2.471 to 2.729. ওকে, সো এখানে জাস্ট একটু কঠিন জিনিসটা হচ্ছে আমার কাছে যেটা মনে হয় জি ভ্যালুটা, অ্যান্ড এগেইন দ্য ক্যালকুলেশন। আমি জানি না এই ক্যালকুলেশনটা স্টুডেন্টরা অনেক ভুল করে। ক্যালকুলেশনটা ঠিক মতো করবে, সো ইট উইল বি ফাইন। এনি কোয়েশ্চেন হাউ টু ক্যালকুলেট কনফিডেন্স ইন্টারভাল ফর লার্জ স্যাম্পল?
নো ম্যাম।
শতাব্দী ছাড়া কি বাকি সবাই ঘুমাচ্ছে নাকি? তোমাদের কুইজ কিন্তু অত ভালো হয়নি। সেকেন্ড অনেকেই 10 পেয়েছে, 8 পেয়েছে, ঠিক আছে, ফাইন, অ্যাবাভ 7.5। অনেকে অনেক কম পেয়েছো, আর একটু পড়তে হবে। আর 10 না, সরি, হ্যাঁ, যে আমি একটু মাল্টিপ্লাই করে দিয়েছিলাম আর কি। আচ্ছা, comment for all interval estimation problems, the comments are same. You'll just have to change the confidence level with the corresponding range. And the comments also in some of the question I write interpretation. অনেক সময় দেখি বোঝে না অনেকে। Interpretation means also comment, interpreting a data. So that is the comment. I want to comment on the 95% interval. Okay, so the comment is based on the sample. Since we are working with sample, we are 95% confident that the population mean ranges between this to that. Okay, so it's very important that you give the range with the corresponding confidence level, because if you change the confidence level, the range it changes. So if you don't provide the confidence level and only the interval, that's not a full comment. হাফ হয়ে যায়, হ্যাঁ, যে মার্কসও হাফ হয়ে যায়। সো তুমি জাস্ট এই দুটোকে সেম রাখার চেষ্টা করবে, যে হোয়াট ইজ দ্য রেঞ্জ অ্যাট হোয়াট কনফিডেন্স লেভেল, and we are trying to find out the interval for population mean. That's why we are writing population mean ranges between this value to that value. And this is the for 99% the comment will be same. You'll just have to write that we are 99% confident that the mean ranges between this to that, যেটা answer ছিল। That is question A. Obviously you will get a question like this in your exam, but you won't get two confidence levels at one question. Like এখানে কি আছে 95, 99 এরকম পাবে না। Any one of the confidence levels will be provided in one question. Next question is based on the sample size and margin of error. I have just discussed before that if you increase the sample size, margin of error, it's denoted by small e, it decreases, and if you decrease the sample size, the margin of error increases, because the difference between the population parameters and sample statistic, they decreases. So the question is to find out the sample size in this case. How large a sample size is required if we want to be 95% confident that our estimate of mu is off by less than 0.05? So the formula of sample size, it actually comes from the the formula that we have just used. This is the formula of finding out sample size. Here E is the margin of error. So in this question, it's 95% confidence. So the Z value comes 1.96. Sigma is 0.3. And you have to find out that the estimate of mu is off by less than 0.05. That means the difference is less than 0.05. So the margin of error is this. What is the sample size in here?
It's 138.29.
Okay, so 138.3 or 29. Now it's a fraction, and we know sample size cannot be fraction because it's a counting number 10, 15, 13, 12. ঠিক আছে, এটা কখনো fraction হবে না. So we will round it up and we will take it as 139. Now we always try to increase the sample size, because if you increase the sample size, the estimates are more precise. So sample size বড় হওয়াটা সবসময় ভালো. That's why if you round it up, it's more accurate. But এটা আমরা জানি যে 0.3 আছে, so 0.5 এর থেকে কম, so we round it off and we write it as 138. Mathematically that's correct, but statistically it's better if you take 139. কিন্তু আমি এক্সামে যেটা দেখতে চাই, অবশ্যই একটা ইন্টিজার ভ্যালু এখানে থাকতে হবে. ইফ ইউ কিপ ইট অ্যাজ আ ফ্র্যাকশন, দ্যাট মিন্স ইউ হ্যাভ সাম প্রবলেম ইন ইয়োর কনসেপ্ট. স্যাম্পল সাইজ শুড নট বি ফ্র্যাকশন. এগুলো খেয়াল করবে. ওকে, সো ইন দ্য ফার্স্ট প্রবলেম, এনি কোয়েশ্চেন ইন হিয়ার?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. Next question is same as this one. এটা হচ্ছে তোমাদের হোমওয়ার্ক থাকবে, আমি আনসারগুলো দিয়ে দিচ্ছি. The life in hours of a 75 watt light bulb is known to be normally distributed with sigma equals to 25 hours. A random sample of 40 bulbs has a mean of 1014 hours. So here sigma is 25, sample is 40, and mean is 1014. Construct a 95% two-sided confidence interval. So it's same as we did 95 and 99%. This is 95%. Okay, this is the answer of A. And in number B, again, you're gonna have to find a sample size. If we wanted the error in estimating the mean life from the two-sided confidence interval to be 5 hours, so the error is 5 hours. At 95% confidence, what sample size should be used? So sample size formula is this. So error টা এখানে দেওয়াই আছে 5. At 95% interval, Z is 1.96 and sigma from the question is 25. আর এটার আনসারটা হচ্ছে 97. Okay, please let me know if you face any difficulties while solving this problem. Okay. Next is also a Z distribution problem, but in here we have an upper bound, which আমরা দুটো ফর্মুলা লিখেছিলাম, upper bound, lower bound. হ্যাঁ, একটা স্ট্যান্ডার্ড কোয়েশ্চেনে হচ্ছে টু সাইডেড বাউন্ডও থাকবে, আবার আপার লোয়ার বাউন্ডগুলোও থাকবে. ঠিক আছে, সো খেয়াল করবে যে কি দেওয়া আছে কোয়েশ্চেনে. The operations manager of a large production plant would like to estimate the mean amount of time of a worker takes to assemble a new electronic component. Assume that the standard deviation is 3.6. So after observing 120 workers assembling similar devices, the manager noticed that their average time is this, at 92% confidence level, calculate the margin of error. Okay, so the confidence interval formula was point estimate plus minus margin of error. So when you write the formula, this part is actually margin of error. Eta hoche margin of error. And this part is the point estimate. So in this question, instead of interval, the first question asks for the margin of error. So we have to calculate only this part. So for this question, can anyone tell me what is the value of n? 30 লিখলাম কেন? Sigma and x bar.
n
What is
হচ্ছে
the
120
sigma?
3.6
And average time?
16.2.
Yes, 16.2. So the formula of margin of error is this. So sigma n is given in the question. We just have to find out z value at 92% confidence level. So you can see here we have a new confidence level. So try to find it out from the z distribution table.
ম্যাম
Hmm?
ফাইনালে কি কি টপিক থাকবে?
Finally হচ্ছে discrete probability distribution and interval estimation.
মানে এই চ্যাপ্টারটা?
জি।
আচ্ছা।
Ma'am 1.76.
1.76. Great. Thank you. It's 92% confidence interval. That means alpha is 8%, which is 0.08. So alpha by 2 is 0.04. So the upper area is 0.04. Sorry. And 1 minus করলে it's 0.96. So from the table, we will try to find out the value is 0.96080. So the corresponding z value is 1.76. So now it's easy. 1.76, sigma came 3.6 and 120. কত হয়েছে answer?
Zero 0.578.
Okay. 0.57. Okay. Next question is construct a 92% confidence interval for the mean assembly time. And we already have the margin of error. That means we have already calculated this part. We just have to do the incorporate the point estimate. So the formula is x bar plus minus margin of error. Mean was 16.2 plus minus 0.578. So the answer is 15.62. This is the answer of 2. Then in number 3, you have to find a 95% 95% upper confidence bound for the mean assembly time. So it's an upper confidence bound. So it's actually one side is open, which is the lower limit, and upper side will be bounded by the 95% confidence bound. So the formula was mu less or equal to x bar plus z alpha sigma by root over of n. Be very careful, for one-sided alpha becomes alpha by 2. Sorry, alpha by 2 becomes alpha. And it's 0.05. Sigma is 3.6. So mu is less or equal to 16.74, and this is the 95% upper confidence bound. And the next question is interpret your findings. That is actually the comment. We have already written the comment, so we don't need to repeat it. Any question from problem 3? That is the last question from Z distribution.
ম্যাম ইন্টারপ্রিটেশন মানে কোনটার জন্য বের করব?
এখানে যে লাস্টে দেওয়া আছে, you have to give the interpretation on both 2 and 3, but when I give the questions in exam, I give it very explicitly that interpret the finding from question 2 or part 2 or part 3. ঠিক আছে?
ঠিক আছে ম্যাম।
Okay, so this was confidence interval for population mean when sample size is greater or equal to 30. Next will be less than 30. Okay, so if it's less than 30, which distribution is it?
টি ডিস্ট্রিবিউশন। টি
T distribution, yes. When n is less than 30 and you have to find out the confidence interval for mean, that is actually the T distribution. Now, what is a T distribution? T distribution is actually an approximation of a normal distribution, but for small sample case. Like when we used Z distribution or standard normal distribution, this is symmetric in nature. So 50% observation was below the middle value, 50% was above the median. But T distribution is actually approximately symmetric in nature. So when you will divide it, you will find some skewness in it, and you will see, suppose 48% observation on one side, on another side it's 52%, or suppose 49-51, or suppose 47-50 47 আর এটা কত 53, ঠিক আছে, মানে এটা খুব কাছাকাছি হবে, but it won't be exactly symmetric. That's why, since it's not symmetric, skewness, এটার skewness হয় একদম 0, এটার skewness is close to 0, approximately 0. There is little skewness is found in T distribution. Also in Z distribution, the mean, median and mode, they are exactly same, but in this case they are approximately same. Okay, that is the difference between T and Z distribution. T distribution is also a symmetric, approximately symmetric distribution, but since it's for lower case, less than 30, that's why it's not approximately symmetric in nature. Okay, so whenever you have to find the population mean, and if it's a small sample size, we use T distribution instead Z. And the formula for T distribution is this is the formula for confidence interval. And here you can see that the Z value has been replaced by T. Okay, because it's a small sample size, so Z টাকে T দিয়ে replace করে দেওয়া হবে, and also population standard deviation has become sample standard deviation. So we know these notation, these are known, only the T, this is the T value at alpha by 2 probability and n minus 1 degrees of freedom. And the one-sided confidence bounds,
টি আলফার পরে কি এটা কমা?
comma, yes. Okay, so now we will learn how to use the T table. So T bed,
তো
no,
আগের
sorry,
পৃষ্ঠা
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ
মানে-
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ,
এটা না, এর আগের পৃষ্ঠা।
ও আচ্ছা আচ্ছা।
এটা মানে কি? টি ভ্যালু এট আলফা বাই 2 প্রবাবিলিটি এন্ড
এটা এখন আমরা করব। Okay, so T alpha by 2 and n minus 1. This was the T value at alpha by 2 probability and n minus 1 degrees of freedom. Now, alpha by 2 is again the upper area. If you have a T distribution, alpha by 2 will represent the upper area, same as Z distribution. And n minus 1 is called the degrees of freedom. Degrees of freedom is actually the number of free samples in the data, or number of samples that you can select randomly in the data. কিভাবে হয়? Suppose if you have 3 cards and you will select these cards in 3 selections. Now in the first selection I have 3 possibilities, 1, 2 and 3. So I can select any one card out of these 3 randomly. The selection has to be randomly. Okay. So suppose I did a random sampling and I selected the second one. Now in the second draw again I will select a card, and since here are two cards, still we can select the cards randomly. Suppose I have selected the third one. Now the third draw, এখন আমার third draw আছে and I have only one card left. Now this selection, is it random or not? আমি কি এখানে একটা কার্ড আছে, একটা সিলেক্ট করতে হবে, আমি কি randomly সিলেক্ট করতে পারবো এটা?
না ম্যাম।
No, you cannot select it randomly. Randomly selection means you have so many possibilities and you will select any one of them. But in here you have only one possibility, so you have to select this one. In this case, the selection has become fixed instead of random. So we had 3 units and we can select any 2 randomly, which is n and n-1. That is degrees of freedom. Okay. This is the number of free samples that we can select from our experiment. Now how we will find out this t value? Suppose a question দিয়েছে and in the question the confidence level is 95%. So alpha is 5% or 0.05. So alpha by 2 is 0.025. Okay. So t at 0.025. Next is n-1. Now suppose the sample size of that particular question was 17. So n-1 will be 16. So we have to find out this t value when the alpha by 2 probability is 0.025 and the degrees of freedom is 16. Now the table. Okay, so this is the t distribution table, and this upper row, either this row, it represents the alpha by 2 probability, and the first column represents the degrees of freedom. And degrees of freedom can go up to positive infinity, but you can see here are some pre-selected degrees of freedom. So in your exam you will have degrees of freedom that is provided in this table only. Suppose এখানে 30 এর পর 40 আছে, so এমন কোন एग्जांपल দেওয়া হবে না যেখানে 35 তোমার দরকার হবে, ঠিক আছে? So this is the degrees of freedom, that means n-1. So our t value came 0.025 and 16. So from the upper row I will try to find out, from the upper row I will try to find out 0.025. This is 0.025. And from the degrees of freedom I will try to find out 16. So if I combine these two, the probability is, the t value comes 2.120. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
তাহলে এটা বের করো তো তোমরা। Find out this t value where alpha by 2 is 0.01 and degrees of freedom is 10. Ritik, what will be the value?
Miss বের করতেছি ভাই।
Yeah. Okay, so you have 5 marks for your participation in class. So আর 2-1 দিন বাকি আছে, try to talk as more as you can, like কে আছে যে এস কে আসিফ ফয়সাল, তানভীর আলরেদ ওয়ান, আজকে কি রাহাত রাহাত আলম আপন। আচ্ছা রাহাত তোমার নাম দুইটা কেন? রাহাত রাহাত কেন?
মিস ওটা একটু মিস্টেক হয়েছিল, আমি করে বলেছি, ওরা বলছে একটু টাইম লাগবে ঠিক করতে।
ও আচ্ছা, তোমার সার্টিফিকেট মানে ইয়াতে ঠিক আছে? আইরাসের নাম কি রাহাত রাহাতি আছে না শুধু রাহাত আছে?
ওখানে মিস এখন ঠিক করে রাহাত হয়েছে, কিন্তু কোনো প্রবলেম।
হ্যাঁ হ্যাঁ, তাহলে ওইটা ঠিক হলেই হবে। আচ্ছা যেটা হচ্ছে, যেটা বললাম, ইউ হ্যাভ অনলি 2 or 3 more classes, try to talk, try to participate. হ্যাঁ শতাব্দী, তুমি মনে হয় ভ্যালুটা বলেছিলে কত?
2.764.
2.764, yes. ঠিক আছে, তাহলে তো ম্যাথ শেষ। অ্যাকচুয়ালি ম্যাথ ইজ অ্যাকচুয়ালি সেম অ্যাজ the distribution. Just you're gonna have to replace the z by t. আমরা ফার্স্ট কোয়েশ্চেনটা দেখি from t distribution. This is problem 4, and this is the first question from T. In a psychological testing experiment, 25 subjects are selected randomly and their reaction time in seconds to a particular stimulus is measured. Past experience suggests that the variance in reaction time is 4 seconds square and the distribution of reaction time is approximately normal. The average time is 6.2. Give 95% bound for the mean reaction time. So here 25 subjects, so sample size is 25. The variance is 4. So if you remember the formula, it has standard deviation, not variance. So we will have to take the square root of 4, which will be 2. Average time, that means mean is 6.2, and we will have to give the 95% bound. So first, since it's less than 30, we will use t distribution in this case. Okay, one of the short question will be like, which distribution will you use to find out the confidence interval and why? ঠিক আছে, so suppose it's a t distribution, so you just have to give the concept, yeah, the logic behind using t distribution. Because it's a small sample case, we will use t distribution. 1 or 2 মার্কের জন্য এগুলো কিন্তু ফাইনালে পাবে এই টাইপের কিছু ম্যাথ। Okay, so t distribution, and this is the formula. We have all the values in only except the value of t. So alpha by 2. If 95% confidence bound, alpha is 5%. এটাকে আবার 2 দিয়ে ডিভাইড করে ফেললে it's 0.025. n minus 1, it's 24. So t value at 0.025, 24. .064. Okay, so this is the confidence interval and of population mean mu when the sample size is less than 30. Any question?
ম্যাম ওই কথাটা জানি কি বলছেন, বিকজ ইট ইজ এ স্মল ডিস্ট্রিবিউশন, এর জন্য
Small sample, n less than 30. n less than 30 হলে it's small sample, n greater than 30 হলে that's large sample. আচ্ছা, নেক্সট যে কোয়েশ্চেন গুলো আছে, আজকে তোমাদের একটু বড় হোমওয়ার্ক আছে, 3 or 4 questions. Actually all the questions are same. Interval estimation, the methods are same. You just have to select the appropriate statistic with appropriate critical value. ক্রিটিক্যাল ভ্যালু গুলো টেবিল থেকে নিতে হবে। একটা জাস্ট আমি এখানে একটু ডিসকাস করি। প্রবলেম 5. The contents of 7 similar containers of sulfuric acid are this. Find a 95% interval of mean. Also find lower 95% bound for the mean content. Okay. Now you can see the mean. আগে বলতে পারবে এটা z distribution হবে না t distribution? How many samples are here?
7
7. Is it less than 30 or greater than 30?
less than 30.
So it's a t distribution. Now here the problem is the sample mean and the sample standard deviation is not given in the question. So in descriptive statistics we calculated the mean, which was summation of xi by n, and we found out the variance summation of xi minus x bar whole square divided by n minus 1. So এই ফর্মুলা গুলো ইউজ করে আমাদেরকে আসলে এখানে মিন ভেরিয়েন্স গুলো ক্যালকুলেট করে নিতে হবে. Then we have to find the confidence interval, the questions, the intervals that is asked in the question. Okay, you have some questions like this where you have to find the descriptive statistics as well. বোঝা গেছে কি বলেছে?
ইয়েস ম্যাম, বুঝতে পেরেছি।
Great. তো তোমাদের হোমওয়ার্ক গুলো থাকবে হচ্ছে from 5, 6, 7 and 8. হ্যাঁ, এই যে until confidence interval for population variance, এই পর্যন্ত যা আছে এগুলো অ্যাকচুয়ালি আমরা সব আমাদের সেম ম্যাথস করে সবাই একটু করে দেখবে। আর যাদের অনেক কাজ থাকে, করতে পারো না, অনেক বিজি থাকো, তারা মিনিমাম 2 কোয়েশ্চেন সলভ করে দেখবে। আর মানডের এটা যে বন্ধ ছিল, এটা আসলে আমি ভুলে গিয়েছিলাম, জন্মাষ্টমীটা বন্ধটা। সো তোমাদের আসলে দুটো এক্সাম পরপর পড়ে যাচ্ছে, একটা হচ্ছে ওয়েডনেসডে, একটা হচ্ছে থার্সডে। সো এটার জন্য প্রিপারেশন নিয়ে রাখলে ভালো হয়।